Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, my juicy little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're delicious and bright. Yes, they're shining bright. Okay. Starlight, starlight. You know that song? Do you remember who sang that now? Was it flipping Madonna? Yeah, she's flipping. I mean, she sang some really good songs, you know, my delicious little babies. But you know what? She certainly flipping went the wrong way, my delicious little babies, big times. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if anybody's seen, you know, I've seen her a while back now, you know, with this old plastic surgery and everything. Well, it certainly has not helped her situation one bit, my delicious little babies, anyway. So, yeah, so I've got 4 pieces of, I've got 4 pieces of information, my delicious little babies. Now then, it's nearly 12 midday, okay, my delicious little babies. It's absolutely in our old England, sorry. It's absolutely, and it's been like this the early hours this morning. I've been up since the crack of dawn. And it's very grey, very dull, very wet, very windy, super duper windy. It's been bucketing down for hours and hours and hours, peeing it down, my delicious little babies, okay? So that's the weather forecast in my neck of the woods. Of course, it could differ in other parts of England, and I hope that you're having better weather than ourselves, my delicious little babies, and wherever else you are in the world, my little beautifuls, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening. I hope that you're having a delicious time and the weather's beautiful. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, so I'll leave one till last, okay? But I'll tell you what, I've had such a flipping laugh. No joke. Swear down, my delicious little babies, and I'll tell you about this video, okay? But first of all, let me just talk about other things now. So, right, okay. So the first one, this is on YouTube, my delicious little sorry about that, my delicious little babies, okay? This is on YouTube, my delicious little babies, okay? If you could please and thank you in the old space bar, type in, this is the upload, by the way, my delicious little babies, London space NPC, okay, my delicious little babies. So it's London space NPC. This video is only just over a minute long, my delicious little babies. I think it's 1.37 seconds, okay, on YouTube. And the video should read, Britain must wake up. Okay, my delicious little babies, that one's ticked off. What that's about, basically, I happened to watch this shorty video. I'm pretty sure somebody had uploaded it, was it from TikTok or something? I'm going back a while ago now, a good few months ago, I'm sure. And what had happened was, there was this woman, she took her, that doesn't mean her, she went and took a black bin liner because the neighbours who lived over the way, well, put a load of rubbish down the side of this woman's and her husband's side of their home. So she gathered it all up, went and knocked on the door and tipped the whole lot right outside the neighbour's front door. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? I watched that long time anyway. Well, to be honest with you, my delicious little babies, I mean, to be fair, well, if we could say, would I do that myself? Yes, I would. If you had proof that somebody has done that. And it's not that you're being nasty, my delicious little babies. No, it is not. What it comes down to is that your home is your castle. That's the old-fashioned saying, my delicious little babies. So it's not a rubbish tip. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, we do not know the ins and outs, but she was clearly not a very happy little bunny. Anyway, then it switched over to this other woman, and it's all to do with this bloody question time business. And this woman was, you know, she was not happy about, you know, asylum seekers coming in. She was not happy when she was asked about the war, you know, for refugees coming over. She said that she feels that too much has been made out of this now. My delicious little baby is just stumbling there, it seems. There are some very genuine cases which is what I would say, and nobody has a problem with that. But what ones appear to have a problem with, not everybody, but what some happen to have a problem with, you know, when you look at different videos and everything, is that, well, they're not fleeing a war zone, my delicious little babies, and that's the point that your woman there was saying anyway, but it was only a shorter video. Well worth a watch. This uploader happens to have 10,000 subscribers, my delicious little babies. I've got to be honest, it will more than likely be a one-off. It just came up on my feed, my delicious little babies. Now then, the next one, this is on BitChute. This uploader happens to have 133.2 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies. Now, sometimes I do advertise him, Sean, and with anybody not in that way, Sean SGT reports, the search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies. SGT report space bar BitChute, then you should have reached your destination. The latest video should read, is systemic corruption leading to vigilante justice? Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? Is systematic corruption leading to vigilante justice? Now, what he shows, you know, after doing a bit of advertising, okay, it doesn't mean that. After doing a bit of advertising, what he shows is where, you know, to get somebody else's opinion, who happens to be Pat's Militic, is it Militic or Miltic? Sorry about that, the surname. That's who Sean's talking to, who his guest is. This video is about an hour long, my delicious little babies, okay? And what he's showing is that somebody has gone up and shot some CER. This is in America, my delicious little babies. You know, like one of those, boom, you know, those pop guns. It's really hard for me to explain, you know, because, you know, clearly I'm not, you know, into guns and everything. Do you know what I mean? But it's one of these, what do they call it, where it goes pop, pop, pop. You know that type of gun now, delicious little babies. Anyway, well, basically it seems, I think whoever it was who was shot, I don't think he's here to tell any story, my delicious little babies. Anyway, and then they talk about other things, but it's a really, there we are, interesting video, okay? My delicious little babies. But of course, what they're also talking about, that doesn't mean no, what they're also talking about is that, you know, you see, sorry, excuse me, when you take away, you know, mankind's rights, you take away everything, you know, well, basically, what have they got left to lose? That's, you know, what they're talking about as well, my delicious little babies, which of course, you know, I've been saying long time. There we are, I've been saying long time. Do you know what I mean? They push ones too far. You know, I'm not inciting anything, my delicious little babies. I'm just done saying it. I've said it long time. You push mankind ones too far. Well, what are they going to do, my delicious little babies? Do you see what I mean? So, like, you sort of know where it's heading if you follow me, my delicious little babies, do you say? Okay? But, yeah, so they cover lots of different little things, okay? So just sort of tell you that. So that one's ticked off. You're ticked off, Sean, at the SGT report. Next one, my delicious little babies. Now, this is search engine of your choice. And I do advertise this uploader sometimes, my delicious little babies, understanding space the space lies, and then space bar BitChute. So then you should have reached your destination, okay? Now then, this uploader happens to have 8,465 subscribers, my delicious little babies. This video should read, Slovakia moves to ban dangerous, declares pandemic a fabricated operation. So I'm just going to, I'm just going over the O there, my delicious little babies, okay? I'll just repeat that again for you, shall I? Slovakia moves to ban dangerous, declares pandemic a fabricated operation. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now that's just over 4 minutes, okay? So what this is talking about is, well, it's all in the title of the video, my delicious little babies. So what's happening is, because you see, we're getting this around the world now, there we are, my delicious little babies, okay, where ones are doing their best, there we are, to put a stop to this. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay, what's going on? Okay, so we have to just, there we are, just keep monitoring. Okay, but there's lots of videos coming up all the time, you know, on BitChute, okay, which is talking about all of this. Okay, some videos are longer than others, okay, but with myself, I just like to stay in the loop. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Do you see? Okay. Now then, finally, okay, I've got to say this now. This one's come up on my feed, right? And I've got to be honest with you, my delicious little babies, right? The way that he says it. This video is just over 9 minutes long, okay, my delicious little babies. This uploader on YouTube, this one's on YouTube, my delicious little babies, happens to have 5.18 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies. It just come up on my feed. I've never seen this upload before in my life. And if you could please and thank you, type into the old space bar MK in YouTube, my delicious little babies, space Malcolm space TV, okay, my delicious little babies. So it's MK space Malcolm space TV, okay, that's the uploader on YouTube, my delicious babies. The video should read, this is what £100.73 worth of shopping looks like in the United Kingdom, my delicious little babies. So I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? This is what £100, you know, pounds and 73 pence, yeah, but he's just put it as, this is what £100.73 worth of shopping looks like in the United Kingdom. Now then, my delicious little babies, okay, you should hear this man now. No jerk, right? Now I'm going to close my book, right? I've ticked him off. Okay, my delicious little babies, let me tell you, he's so flipping damn vexed about this, my delicious little babies, okay? And he's showing, you can get these, they're called bags for life, you know, where, you know, they last longer, if you know what I mean, okay? And he's showing that he went to what he regards as the cheapest supermarket, my delicious little babies, in the whole of England, okay? And anyway, and you should hear him flipping cussing. He's cussing big times, my delicious little babies, okay? But the thing is, it's what he says, right? It's the way he says it, okay? So, of course, he's cussing, right? He's blazing. He's swearing his head off, right, my delicious little babies, okay? He's calling England shat, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? He seems to have a completely different view, because when he came over, this is what he's saying, but I've only seen just another one of his videos, which I'll tell you about in a minute, my delicious little babies, because I thought I'd just have a look and click on the videos. Do you see what I mean, okay? And what he's saying is that, you know, if you look at Jamaica, well, I know this from my dear little friend, Kaz, God love her, and, you know, she says the same. Do you see what I mean? That you see over in Jamaica, like, you can eat fruit for free. Do you know what I mean? Like, they grow on the trees and everything. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so he says all that. Well, that is correct, yes. And the point is, it's a different way of living, isn't it? And of course, you know, you got the climate, you got the sunshine, you got everything. Do you know what I mean? Which, of course, you know, we all need vitamin D, okay? But what he's saying is so what he bought for that ka-ching, 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 okay, is disgusting. That's what he's saying, my delicious little babies, okay? But, oh, gosh, flipping cracked me up, you know. You know, when he said about the, I suppose you just got to get the humour, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean, right? Which I do, but he turned around and he bought 3. He bought 3, that doesn't mean no. He bought 3 cucumbers. And what he was saying was, my delicious little babies, he said he's bought 3. He said in case he gets lucky, you know, and in case he cannot function, right? He said he can wait for the cucumbers to calm down, to cool down, my delicious little babies, right? Flipping hilarious. Then he said he bought himself like a bottle of beer, right? He says so that when he goes to his bedroom, he says that, you know, when he has a moment. My delicious little babies. What he does, he drops in funny things. Do you see what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? But he's not happy at all. He's not a very happy little bunny at all about, what he got for his shopping. He shoves the receipt, you know what I mean, to show you. My delicious little babies, yes. But, yeah, it's just so funny. But, but the thing is, but in all honesty, your man there does have a point, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? I mean, it's like with my shopping, when you actually look at what you actually receive for your ka-ching, 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 it should be, there we are, way more. Do you know what I mean? But it isn't. But then what he was complaining about was like, that you got to pay your bills, you got to pay everything, and, keep a handle on it. You got to pay bills, you got to pay everything. Do you see what I mean? And then he turned around and said, about his neck bone. He said he woke up in the morning, do you know what I mean? And he says, but he needs to feed his body, words to effect, for his body to be fed properly. Do you see what I mean? And he said he's losing weight and you can see his neck bones. It's flipping hilarious, do you know what I mean? You've got to have a listen to him. Just please at least have a listen to him, my delicious babies. But he is so flipping funny. I've got to be honest, I just thought that video was flipping really hilarious. I was flipping howling. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? But he's absolutely correct. And I mean, what he was also talking about is ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense. What he was also talking about, my delicious little babies, was that, you imagine if it's a family, there we are. And I've been done saying the same thing now, if you're looking at a larger family, and you're needing to feed, mama bear, papa bear, do you understand what I mean? And probably our beautiful little babies who we call our sons and daughters, plus, your little bairns and everything, it can be really super duper expensive, do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? I mean, I was, I must be honest, very blessed. I mean, thank you, my dear giddy God within. Do you understand what I mean? In our beautiful, dear little angels and spirit guards, you know what I mean? But I was always very blessed, and nobody could ever come to our home and not see full cupboards. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, okay? So I always made sure that my beautiful little baby daughters, God bless them, were fed properly. There we are. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? And the tea was on the table when I come home from school. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, okay? Because I was already, preparing it and everything, do you see? But my point is that your man there has a very valid point, okay? Now, I probably would have done things slightly different to what he's done, okay? Like he bought 2 bags of cheese, okay? So with myself, well, you've seen on one of my videos anyway, because I bought 2 massive blocks, the different makes, okay, but 2 different blocks. But when you're cutting it off, I would grate it. You know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Because what I've noticed is, and this is for years now, because I tend to clock as much as I can, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? And from what I can see in the supermarkets, when it's already grated, there we are, for even say, they charge more. So he would have been better off buying a block and then cutting to what he requires and then grating it. Do you see what I mean? It's just like little things like that. Do you see what I mean? So I would have done that slightly differently, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? Okay. But yes, I mean, everything you buy, from the pop to everything, my delicious little babies. Me personally, I do not buy pop. I buy cartons of apple juice or orange juice, my delicious little babies. And then, sometimes I'll buy oranges and then just, squeeze the oranges. But if you run out of oranges, then I'll use the orange juice. Do you see what I mean? Okay. And of course, even with pineapple, so like you cannot always get pineapple juice, my delicious little babies, okay? And also, I must just mention, a lot of these juices that are well-known makes, okay, are usually full of, what would I call it? Nasties, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? You only have to read very closely. Of course, they make the writing so super duper small. Do you see what I mean? That really, if ones are out shopping, they're not for many, God bless them, paying attention, because they basically just want to be done getting the shopping and back out again. Do you see what I mean? Okay, but these well-known makes, for most of them, have other things in them. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so sometimes you may be better, there we are, going for a slightly cheaper brand. Do you know, believe it or not, there we are, it is true, my delicious little babies. Okay, and I've tried enough, there we are, juices to know. Okay, my delicious little babies. Anyway, so, but for myself, I do not buy pop. It's like, if you look at a lot of the fizzy pop that they do, you know, well, for a lot of it, it's got aspartame in it, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? So, and I have told others, you know, when I've been out shopping over the years, my delicious little babies. I remember years ago, seeing two young, like, little teenagers, so they were going into the shop shopping, probably getting their, you know, mammy and daddy a bit of shopping. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, they probably asked them to go and get something, and anyway, they were looking at the pop. And I did say, my delicious little babies, I said, do you know what's in that pop? Do you know what I mean? And they said, no. I said, it's got aspartame. I said, it's not good for you. And do you know something? They said, oh no, and, you know, put it back. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Do you see? So you have to sort of know what's in it. And that aspartame is actually in one of the most famous, you know, when ones used to go visiting at the hospital. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? So what did they used to take? They used to take a certain drink. For most, you'll know which one I'm talking about, my delicious little babies. It's the orange colour. Do you see what I mean? Okay, well, that's got aspartame in it, my delicious little babies. Do you see? Okay. So, yeah, so he couldn't really, I've got to be honest with you, unless there was just their own make, essentials or something, I do not feel that he could have got round that, you know, like with a cordial. Do you know what I mean? Like, say if you go to Asda or something, they call it, well, they used to, I don't know if they do anymore, Smart Price. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? It used to be like a white labels with black writing. That's how it used to be, my delicious little babies. But I haven't shopped at Asda for years. But in fact, I know many now, they say they just don't shop there. Do you know what I mean? And I was talking to my lovely dear little friend Kaz the other day, and she was saying, she says, you know, because one's just shopping other places, because you see, if you look at it, when you walk into a shop or a supermarket, really, you want to go and get your groceries and then be done coming out. But what they tend to do, mind you, they did this in Asda long time, for years. Do you know what I mean? So when you go in, it's like you're seeing all things that you would not normally have bought, if you follow me, my delicious little baby. So there could be, you know, say for example, you got plenty of clothes. Well, you do not need any more clothes. You can only wear so many clothes. Do you see what I mean? Okay, but they'll put clothes, they'll put shoes, they'll put everything, then they put electrical, then they put this, then they put that. Do you see what I mean? That's before you go and buy a pint of milk or a loaf of bread or a bag of sugar. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay, so really, ones are putting many more things in their trolleys than what they actually need. And I knew a few, actually, going back years ago now, they used to buy it online, because they said that if we go in there, and they were students at the time, they said if we go in there, okay, because I knew their mummy and daddy, you see what I mean? Oh, beautiful couple, beautiful family. And anyway, I knew them well. Yes, and anyway, and so because if we go into the supermarket, so we always end up picking up things that we don't want. Do you see what I mean? So you can sort of ding, ding, dong, dong, common sense in that. Do you see what I mean? Okay, it's more like what's it? How dear little Kaz said. It's more like where, you know, they're luxury items. Do you understand what I mean? You know, that you just do not need. Do you see? Okay, it's the same as that Black Friday crap. You know something? I have never, ever, I can honestly say this, hand on heart, ever bought anything with a Black Friday. No. Because it's one big con. There we are. And I know it is. I've known long time for years. Do you see what I mean? And it's usually stock that's what my thoughts are, my delicious little babies. I cannot speak for anybody else, okay? But if they've overstocked in these places, okay, well, they've got to be done getting rid of it, haven't they? Do you see what I mean? So then they make out that, you know, oh, this is a marvellous deal. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Occasionally, I've went and got some things in the January sales, but not very often. I'll probably go February or March or something. Do you see what I mean? Okay. But of course, over here in England, my delicious little babies, for some of you, you will know this anywhere, my delicious little babies, okay, if you live in England. But, you know, if you do not live in England, well, this is the drill here, okay? They will camp out, okay, there we are, for hours and hours and hours waiting for the sales to start. Next is one of the top ones. Do you know what I mean, okay? And I've actually known over the decades, you know what I mean, ones who actually go and wait. I mean, they're up super duper duper early in the morning, do you know what I mean? And they're stood in that queue waiting, you know, so that they can go and get their stuff in the sale. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies, okay? But sometimes, again, with the sales, sometimes you could get some good things. But if you're not careful, again, we go back to it's a circle, 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 circle. Do you see what I mean? And you're buying things, and then you say to yourself, you get it home, well, when am I going to wear it? Do you see what I mean? That's just the way it is, my delicious little babies. That's what some do. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? So sometimes I just feel, you know, and especially in this time that we're in, my delicious little baby. See, I'm stumbling here. The time that we're in, right? You cannot afford to be, I feel, you know, just throwing ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching away, my delicious little babies. You cannot afford to do so. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? But anyway, getting back to your man there now, yes. I'd certainly, honestly, ask you if you could please a little bit of time out your day on that, just to hear what your man there's got to say. Because what he's basically said is, well, he has said it actually, that when the ka-ching runs out over here, he's going back home. My delicious little babies, that's what he said. But to be honest with you, over the decades, I've spoken to other nationalities, Indian and others. Do you see what I mean? Okay. And they have said to me, there we are, they've been done saying it to me. I mean, I respect their honesty. You know, they came over here for most, you know, to have a better laugh and to be able to, you know, save some ka-ching. Do you see what I mean? Okay. But when they've got enough, they said then they go home. Do you see what I mean? Well, to myself, I've got to be honest, I do not see any problem with that, especially if they've got businesses over here, you know, and they're working for many, many, many hours. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies each week? Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, that's just my view. I'm a woman with a view. She'll have me effing view now, finally. On that same channel, okay, MK Malcolm TV on YouTube, my delicious babies. I looked on his videos and there's another one and I thought, oh, I'll click on this. It's over 8 minutes long, my delicious babies, okay? Oh, do you know what I mean? And he's put, oh my God, you know, OMG, you know, she's cheated on me again. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? I mean, it usually happens with, you know, when a man cheats on a woman, you know, usually, okay? You do not hear it so much with women. I have known, I've got to be honest, I have known, I'd probably say in my time, probably about 3 or 4 who have, you know, who I've known to speak to, I'm talking about, okay, over the decades, where they have cheated. But usually it's like if there we are, their boyfriend or husband cheats first. Do you see what I mean? It's like the way that they see it, sorry. I'm stumbling here for some reason. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. There we are, that's how they see it, okay? But of course, when I used to work on my Tara Lounge, you know, I used to hear a long time, do you know what I mean? There was a lot of women, actually. I never ever met them, you know, face to face, you know, to the birth race. But yeah, there's quite a few that used to cheat. Me personally, I've got to be honest, hand on heart, I have never ever cheated on any boyfriend I have ever had. Never. Because the reason why, my delicious little babies, I would not want that to be done to myself. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Okay, so I can honestly say, hand on heart, and I'm very proud, there we are, to say that. Do you see what I mean? I would have no reason. I mean, if you're not going to be happy with somebody, then just come out of the situation, leave it. Just admit that the two of you are not compatible. Do you know what I mean? And just be done with it. Do you know what I mean? Just go away, just be on your own, and then, you know, when you're ready to meet a super duper delicious gentleman, well then just do that then. Do you see what I mean? Okay? But me personally, I see no point in cheating, my delicious little babies, because in the end, who's one cheating? There we are, the cheating the damn selves, isn't it? Do you see what I mean? There's just no point to it. But as the old-fashioned saying goes, well, the grass always appears greener. That's an old-fashioned saying, my delicious little babies. And then one soon found out that it's not greener after all, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean, okay? And I've spoken to, there we are, many in my decades, my delicious little babies, where that is not the case at all. Do you see? You see, when everything's secret, everything is, do you want to know a secret? Do you see what I mean? It's like... what it is, it's more, there we are, before I even say it, it's more exciting. Do you see what I mean? Because they're not getting caught. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? But of course, once they're caught, well, it's game over, isn't it, my delicious little babies? Do you see? Anyway, so your man here now, he's doing his video, but what he's doing, I thought I've got to listen to it to the end. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And he's sending a message to his ex-girlfriend who he believes has cheated on him, okay? And he's reading out the text message as he's typing it out, right? I tell you what, he can have a nasty mouth on him when he starts, you know, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? And I thought to myself, flip me. I thought, that poor woman there now. Do you know what I mean? To receive a message like that. He can be very flipping nasty with his mouth, you know. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of it all, here was this is the point to all this mad delicious. At the end of it all, he said, just to have her back, one last time. Do you know what I mean? So in other words, what he's done, he's got vexed and angry. You can see, do you see what I mean? So he's got vexed and angry, yes? And probably give him a couple of days to calm down. Do you see what I mean? And then there we are, then he'll be wanting her back again. Do you see what I mean, Marsley babies? But you could just see as he was sending it, do you see what I mean, okay? But I thought, my word, you got one nasty mouth now when you start. Do you see what I mean, okay? If I was a woman, I certainly would not like a message like that, my delicious babies. And thank dear giddy God, okay, I have never ever received any type of message like that, my delicious little babies. But let me tell you, I should imagine there now then, probably looking at their situation, bless, that she could probably, there we are, give as good as she gets. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? But yeah, it's just like crackers, isn't it, my delicious little babies? But I never looked at any other videos, but he clearly has his moments. There we are, it seems, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean, okay? But of course, when ones are angry, they send messages. Do you understand what I mean? There we are. It's what goes, old-fashioned saying again, goes with the territory. Do you know what I mean? If somebody's peed you well off. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? It's, it can affect others in different ways. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? But, yeah, just bonkers, really. You know what I mean? But I'm sure that he would have calmed down a couple of days after, you know what I mean, and probably regretted, there we are, what he'd put, because that can be most hurtful to somebody. Do you understand what I mean? I'm meaning, not in a wrong way, but mentally, But for myself, no. If anybody had ever sent me a message like that, they'd be done. I'd never speak to them again. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious little babies? Do you say? Okay? But of course, this is what happens in the world, isn't it now? And, but I'm not talking about him with his channel, bless. You know what I mean? I mean, if he's got to 5,18,000, my delicious little babies, well, he must be doing something right. Do you see what I mean, okay? But, but the one with the shopping, it was hilarious in parts, my delicious little babies, okay? Because he's just done saying it, do you see what I mean? But really, there are so many thousands of other families, there we are, who are going through this. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? Or they probably got to miss a bill or something in order to get more shopping. Do you see what I mean? Okay, and of course, you know, with our gas and electric, it's there we are, it's gone through the effing roof. I mean, I'm putting loads of ching in. Do you see what I mean? Okay, and of course, because we cannot get anything dry, because it's always peeing down with rain. I mean, this has not stopped yet. Okay, well, because of that, we've got no way of drying our clothes. So then it goes in our dryers, you know, if ones are blessed to have dryers. Do you see what I mean? I'm very blessed to have my washers and dryers and everything. Do you see what I mean? Very thankful. I even give them a kiss, my delicious little babies, and thank them for their help. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. But of course, that swallows up the electric as well, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? And of course, you know, in this type of weather, you've got the heating on more. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? But yeah, they're completely taking the effing pee with the food, with the gas, with the electric. Oh yeah, big time. And I've said it before, I repeat it again, there's no such thing as inflation. No, there isn't, okay? I'm no mathematician. I'm absolutely sharp at maths. Big time sharp at maths, okay, my delicious little babies? But like I said, I'd already got it. There's no inflation, okay? Now, of course, you know, that's what I got, okay, my delicious little babies, and I trust my sauce. There we are. I trust my sauce, okay, my delicious little babies, which happens to be my beautiful, dear little spirit guards. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? But, of course, you know, they've invented this decades and decades ago, my delicious little babies, okay, to give, there we are, an excuse to do other things now. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, so that's the end of my video. So wherever you are in the world, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, okay, my little honey bunnies that you all are. Sending peace, love, harmony and bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all be fully protected. Now, please take care of yourselves now, my little lovelies, okay? And please try to take care of others as well, okay? Because we are right now in a completely bonkers, crackers and crazy world, okay? We've got lots of different emotions, you know, going on. Oh, the wind's really blowing now, okay? The trees, whew, do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? And yeah, we've got so many different emotions that are going on at the moment, my delicious little babies. And ones around the world are just, there we are, totally peed off with many things, my delicious little babies. You know what I mean? So really, you know, we all need to really, there we are, help one another. Do you see what I mean? Okay? And as I would always say as well, you know, there's always, there we are, somebody worse off. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? I mean, for most days, I will always find something to howl about. I just laugh my head off. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious little babies? Because that's what keeps us alive. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, okay? We must not, if we can help it. I mean, I know we all have a day. I have a wobble sometimes, my delicious little babies, okay? But that's if something really pees me off, you know what I mean? But, you know, but no, we cannot spend our lives being miserable 24/7. No, this is not good and it is not healthy. Do you know what I mean? So we must find things, there we are, to laugh about, you know, and for others, you know, to get out in nature. Mind you, I really just do not want to go out right now with the weather the way it is, my delicious little babies. I'll wait for it to calm down a bit. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Because it's been damn well flipping cold and wet. You know what I mean? And I don't want to come in. I mean, I love little rats. It's just a figure of speech, my delicious little babies. But I don't want to come in like a flipping drowned little rat. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, and I want to make my tuna patties. So I'm going to do that and then get my cleaning done today. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? But yeah, just some little videos for you to take a listen to, my little beautifuls that you are, okay? So until my next video, you just take care now, okay? Love you all. So many blessings, okay? Goodbye.